Hello guys, it's Yemi here again from SwingTradeFX, and welcome to the episode 2 of the 6-part series on how I turned $100 to $11,000. So I want you to sit back and relax and enjoy, and let's go. So in the second episode, I'm going to be showing you guys my experience. Then before we get into the second episode, I want you guys to go back to the first episode if you're just watching this for the first time and see how we turned $100 into $1,768. Okay. So I want you guys to please watch and connect the dot because there's so much to learn. This is not just me showing off. It's me just showing you guys what is possible and building your psychology along the journey. And what is the only thing I want you to understand here is that the skill makes the money does not make the money. Okay. So in this second episode, I hit a very big loss in the account, and I'm going to share the psychology with you because it is very necessary for you to understand how winning and losing can affect a trader's psychology. Remember that we were able to turn $100 to $1,768, right, on the first week on just 4 trades, and with a ridiculous 1,633% win for the week, right? I mean, that could actually spoil your confidence into the second week, and that could actually lead to overconfidence and recklessness. And I tell you this, no trader is immune to this. We are all susceptible to this, okay? And we fell for that bet, right? So in the second week, I took 8 trades actually, which is over trading, right? My minimum trade per week or average trade per week is between 3 to 4. So I found myself taking 8 trades that week. And it led us to a loss, which was minus 34% loss, which was about $616, right? So we were from 1,768, we were back to about 1,152, right? And we got back to, we got downtrodden for a little bit, right? But then, does this really affect our psychology going forward? We would not know until you guys get to the part 3. But I want you guys to enjoy this part 2 first and see how we were able to, secure a very big loss by just the reasons of our past week, so that you can understand that your winning days should be the time where you need to be careful the most, because you don't want to project that into the next trade and hence be reckless as a trader. So this part 2 is just going to be a lot of psychology. I talked about it, so I want you guys to enjoy the video and let's go.
So this is week 2 of my challenge, and I took a trade on Friday and I just closed a trade not quite long ago. So this is the video of the trade. This is the setup first before anything. So I'm just gonna take this off and just show what really happened. I got about this setup because I'm looking to trade in the direction of the market, as I know that the market is on a retracing market. So on the 4 hours time frame, we have the market still moving on retracement. So we had a level that I considered a rejection level, which was this previous area of resistance right here. Resistance turns support. So I'm looking at the level, rejecting this level, which it might possibly reject it. We're just gonna be on the watch. So I got into this trade on the 50-minute time frame, and I actually had a very good run. At the most, I think it went about $100 or $100+. So I entered right here when I begin to see the market start to come in after making the first push. We had another push, then I entered right here, moved in profit, went a bit to stops, moved right back in profit, and the moment the market made this candlestick, I just closed, somewhere around this point because I wasn't feeling the trade anymore. So right here on my MT4, as you can see, I lost about minus $69.47, which is about less than 5%, I believe, of my trading account, about maybe 4% or 4 point something. So I'm back on 1,698. This is just the start of the week. The week is still has a lot to offer us. So this is I'm supposed to be looking at making 122 this week, but I'm far off. I'm far off right now. So this is gonna be week number 2. So the only thing I've done right now is minus 69. So far so good. So you can see it's gonna tell on the account. It's gonna tell on the account. So yeah, we're back. I'm gonna have my setup redone. I'm not feeling this trade anymore. So you see, um, the market is not about like entering a trade and exiting the trade, setting stop loss and exit just like that. It's really about knowing when to close the market when your intuition is not with it again. So thank you. Okay, so I closed this trade in 75% profit target. So this trade was 1:4.9. So I closed somewhere around this point, which was about 3 point something. And yeah, so I was able to find, an area where the buyers are gonna inject at this point. This was the old setup right here. So I saw that the market, in the previous from it was just a 4-hour time frame setup. Remember that we're still trading the retracement market, and I understand the price is still retracing. So up on this point right here, I saw potential resistance right here turn into the support, and I looked at this level as a very strong level that the market should get in. So came to the 15 minutes time. From the 15 minutes time frame, I was able to find my trade opportunity after the market made a break of this right here, and uh, started getting the bullish injection right here. So I got in, and initially I would have targeted this resistance, right? I would have smashed TP, right? But then I was able to close right here. The moment I saw that I saw like as the market starts to move and structure change right to this point, I closed it because there's no point. The market fell in as much as I think the market is still going up, but I'm done with the trade. So what does it look like? We just closed in $562, which is above my forecast for what I should be making this week. So this was like 31% of the total account, and now we're sitting on $2,260. As you can see, this is a live account right here. This is it right here, as you can see. So this is 2,260. So as you can see, this is a live account right here. You can see right here, this is a live account, right? So right now, by the reasons of forecast, this is the second week. Okay, we're supposed to be on $122, but look at us, right? We're already sitting on 2,000. Let's go right here. We're already sitting down 2,261, which is a very insane, it's very insane, right? So in terms of profit, in terms of this is over 2,000, I believe over 2,000%, of our total accounts, in fact.
Wait, I know you're enjoying this video, but let me take a minute of your time to introduce you to the SwingTradeFX Academy, which is live on www.swingtradefxacademy.com, where we've prepared branded and university grade courses for you that can literally take you from a beginner to an advanced trader, from unprofitable trader to a profitable trader. And don't just take our word for it. You can go on the website to see tremendous testimonials we've recorded from students who have become profitable and consistently profitable from our bootcamp series, for students who have gone to pass multiple prop firms, and specifically a student that turned $90,000 into $1 million within the space of 1 year. It's all on the website. And perhaps you're watching this video right now, you're thinking, I'm doing a big deal by taking $100 to $11,000. No, you can do it as well. And that is why you should click on the link in the description. You should get signed up. And for folks that are looking for a community of traders to join in, I'm proud to tell you that we've created a product, which is the Swing Trade War Room, that I will be trading live, where I'm going to be showing you why I entered a trade, why I exited a trade, why I analyze the trade the way I analyze, where you're gonna have a direct live and immersive experience with me, being the trader in the room, and where everyone can learn with me, and most importantly, learn on why I take my trades and master my psychology. So you can also sign up in the community as well. And I want you guys to click on the link in the description to just check out all the great stuff that we have on the website. Thank you so much. Enjoy this video.
It's ridiculous, right? So yeah, I'm gonna keep you guys updated and see how it goes. So thank you so much. Okay, so I just see the loss right now, -8% of the account. So this is what it's like. Before we get to the review, let me get to it right now. So I've recorded it with I think -205, not 206.64 is what we've lost. Target this week was 20% at least. So I'm currently sitting on 16%. It's still on Tuesday, my time right here. So but overall, overall, I'm still on over $2,000. It's not yet even 2 weeks, so I'm still like about 17, 18 each week ahead of my game. So which is still a very good one. So let's look at what really happened. To be very honest, this loss is an unavoidable loss. This is a very, very interesting area of previous resistance to me, turn into a support right here. And the moment the market continued to go back up, I took my trade on it. However, the market decided to come back down. I could not really justify the reason for that, and that's why you leave room for risk management to the job. We literally just ended right here. The market came in this fashion and moved against us, right? I still think the retracement, all we're doing, let's go to the 4 hours. When you look at all we're doing, you're going to realize that all we're doing is we are still trading the retracement to the upside. Okay, I still think the markets might come to this level, except upon review. I don't think so. So that was the reason why I did enter this trade, and I did enter at this point, but then it hit me out. So am I still gonna find buys? Probably I'm still gonna do that, but upon my new review. So far so good. We did what we had to do, but the market didn't give us the kind of result we want. What do? We don't beat ourselves out to it. We just let it slide, and we accept the loss as part of the game. After all, this is the beauty of documenting. We know that we are way ahead of our game, and there's no need to rush. We're still gonna catch a good trade, and we're still gonna come back strong overall. We're still in profit for the week. So far so good now. This is going to be the second overall loss, and we are still up by over $2,000, which is still a very fair game. So this is all on this trade, and we'll move to the next trade. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So I'm not feeling this trade anymore, so I closed a little profit. And it goes back down to intuition, right? Intuition when you're trading, right? It's a whole lot of consolidation happening right here. So I'd and I went in on a very high lot size on it. So it was very easy for me to have been attached to the potential outcome, because if this trade had given me, say it went up and it shot up to profit, I'm going to double the account, right? But I'm not focused on that, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint game, right? So it was just the reentry of the last trade. I thought the market, came right here, and we were supposed to see a very, very strong move to the upside, but obviously the market is not doing that. And I'm looking at the fact that the market could actually be going even way further down, to maybe a point like this before, it continues to go back up. I'm not sure what the market might do. So for me, uh I'm not feeling the trade, to be honest, and I do not have any reason for me staying in the trade. So I'm just gonna pass on the trade. I closed in a little profit. So as you all know, this is a record of the chart. You see, I just closed in $99.80, and right now we're still sitting on 2,100. This is just second week. I'm looking forward to seeing the potential of more trades, later on. We still have to Thursday, we still have Friday, so I'm definitely going to be looking at that. But then there's nothing much to see here, just the re-entry of that trade I took the last time. So I'm not feeling it. Even if it moves up from here, to be honest, I'm not really interested in it anymore until it gives me some very much more better, signals to work with, right? If not, I'm not really interested in this trade. So I've hit my target for the new week, right? Anything I trade right now is just a bonus, right? And this is where it tests your psychology, right? Many people are very good at, taking, taking, especially when you've made multiple profits, right? You get so attached to the numbers. It's, you have to be mentally stronger than being attached to the numbers, and just focus on the journey itself, right? So that means it's not about numbers, but it's about the process that leads and produce the numbers. Okay. So um just to show you guys the real, point of decisions that every trader must make. Okay. So even if the trade goes in profit, I'm not interested anymore, like I said. And this is why you need to be able to have this psychological will to be able to do what is right, not, what you feel. So thank you so very much. Okay, so I just hit stop loss on this trade, and um here's the review of this trade. So this is my fifth trade of the second week. So I took my trade on this point right here. you know I was anticipating the market, selling, to this level and this level respectively. you know so I took a loss of minus 11% on this trade, which I'm still in total profit for the week. I should still be on about maybe 4% profit for the week. you know and what really happened, I took this trade off the setup. Initially I was buying, but then this consolidation right here actually really took my interest off the buy, in as much as I know that the retracement is still ongoing, and I believe that the market might still come to this point and this point right here. But then I'm looking at a situation whereby the market probably may come to this level, make a proper higher low and continue to this level. I'm still open to that, right? So now, what really happened? I took my trade last night before I slept in Vancouver time. So naturally, I'm supposed to wait. Let's go to a 15 minutes time frame. So I saw that market was trading on this resistance zone, right? So naturally, I was supposed to wait for higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. I was supposed to see a break of structure and then wait for the market to pull out to this point, then drops, right? So I didn't want to miss out on this trade. Okay. So I took the sell, right? And when I took the sell, I woke up this morning and, the market has actually taken me out. So what is the lesson of this? Um, would I say this loss is an unavoidable loss? No, it is a loss that I could have avoided if I'd just, you know, all I had to do was go to bed and wake up this morning hoping that the market is somewhere around here and just pick on my trade, right? And the reason why I took that is because for a minute I started to focus on money, right? So mentally I planned to hit 4K this week, you know, and I failed to realize that I'm doing well, right, with my progress so far. And I was already up 21% for the week, which was naturally I've hit my target for the week, right? But then, sometimes it happens when you just focus on sprinting and forget that it's a marathon race, right? So it is a loss that came in from a place of not being able to track the fact that my psychology had shifted, right? And that was just what caused it, right? So now I've only been able to make 5% this week. I was up at the highest this week, I was up by 31%. Then I went to about 20, maybe something percent, and now I'm back to 5%, right? So I'm overall in profit, but my target, did I hit it? I'm still 14% down on my target. Am I gonna hit it? I don't know. But when you look at our overall performance, you can see that we're outperforming what we should be doing, right? We're supposed to be at 122 this week, but we're already on about 1885. So we are still in week 17. So from the grand scheme of things, we're doing better than we're supposed to. But now from just the immediate look, the closer look, I'm down 14%, which I'm supposed to do like 20% on the average, right? So, and this is the reality of trading, right? You will have to make decisions. You will have to recalibrate your mind frame. You will have to do all these things, right? So if I'd left yesterday's trade, probably I should have been on maybe like $800 right now on this trade. But then there's no need for regret whatsoever, right? And that is how it works in the market. So I'm just going to stay out of the market. I'm not going to predict what I think the market should do. I'm just going to stay out of the market and see what the market is doing for what it's doing. And I let the market ride and do its job. Okay. So let's get to our MT4 because I'm always showing you guys proofs on the MT4 execution tab. You can see this was my last trade, minus 256.70, right? This is the total account right now. The account is sitting from here. So if we're looking at it through the lens of this week, um I haven't really done much. Let's look at this week, last 3 days. So you can see that I've only made let me custom it. This week started on Sunday. So let's look at where we're at right now. So you can see I've only made $95 this week, and you can see all the ins and outs I've done. So usually when I have ins and out trades like this, it shows that, my state of mind isn't the very best, right? Because by my strategy, I take just few trades with high reward, right? So this is the reality of trading, right? And you can see that sometimes when you have a good run, your mind frame could shift subconsciously from, doing what is right to not following your trading plan, not following all of that, right? Because you've had a good run, you start to feel invincible. I didn't feel invincible. It's just a subtle shift from focusing on process to focusing on money, right? And it made all the difference, right? And I think the grand scheme of things on this trade is the fear of missing out, right? The fear of missing out on this trade, you can say it happens to the best of us, right? So the moment the market, I could have, if I'd waited for the market to break, there was no point I wouldn't have ended this trade, right? And if the market had broken, all I had to do was wait for this pullback, and I'm just even gonna find even better trade opportunities. This was supposed to be 1:5. If I've waited for that, it could have taken me up 1:9. So you can imagine that, right? So this is why you must always follow your strategy at all times. So thank you. So I took this trade yesterday, and I risked about 8% of my account on this trade, but I closed right beforehand because I wasn't feeling the trade, right? So apparently, I was anticipating that the market, is going to reject at some point. And I'm looking at this level right here as a very critical area, right? And I was waiting for the market to give me some kind of confirmation by the reasons of break of structure and more momentum coming. And I saw that in here, but the next candlestick went really so up, right? So I wasn't really present for this trade. The moment I saw the market, made a move to this point, usually I would never close my trade, beforehand if the confirmation still stands, right? But the moment I saw it, I said to myself, okay, this trade is done, is out, right? And I closed this trade right here. So, well, if I'd left it, right, probably could have come in profit back and I would have still hit my stop loss. So at the end of the day, it's all the same thing, right? So I lost about 8% on this particular trade. My target this week was 353. So as of the point when I lost this trade, I was down my target, right? And I was down by how many percentage? I was I was negative of minus 23.35. I'm supposed to make 20%, right? So which took the account to about 1,708. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, I'm still around let me take this off. I'm still, around week 18. So I'm still 18, like more like 16 weeks ahead of my target, right? However, this trade could have been what could I have done on this trade? To be honest, it wasn't a lot I could have done on this trade because I was looking at the market getting to this point and giving me a rejection time. So in as much as this level is the level I'm looking at, which is a higher time from previous resistance stone support, but then all of these areas are all zones, right? Experience of the market will tell you that treat areas as zone and not just pinpoint, right? So there's nothing I could have done on this trade, unavoidable. But then if I want to take a critical look at it, right, what would I do better, right? Um, what I would do better is that I would have been a little more patient, yes, to see if price actually will get to this my initial area of, of if the market will get to that my initial area of stop potential trade opportunity, right? And what goes on in my psychology right now is really nothing as of the time of this trade. Okay, with minus 59, it was on a Friday, and I'm like, okay, perhaps we could get an opportunity in the market. I was prepared for an opportunity in the market before the market closed, right? So we're going to see how that go in subsequent videos in the next two trades I take. So thank you so much. This is the seventh trade that I took, and as you'll see, I ended up closing this trade and lost. So, and I'm going to be very accountable because the purpose of this challenge is to show transparency, right? So I'm not able to record them yesterday, and this is me coming back at weekend to record them. First of all, this trade is absolute nonsense, right? I wasn't supposed to be on this trade, right? Because it has no technical basis why I should be on it, right? And the reason why I was on it is because of a psychological change, and this is and this happens when your focus shifts away from what you needed to do, and it shifts into doing what you want to do because you want to make money, right? So I was chasing my target for the week, right? Which in hindsight, I look back right now, which is not a good thing. And I entered two positions out actually here, and no business. Literally, this was a shameful trade, okay? And it happens to the best of us, right? That's why you have to keep your psychology always on point, right? So I was looking at the situation by the market will bounce off this trend line and just go hit my intended targeted level of interest, right? And the market actually went a bit and it moved against me. I lost 18% of my account on this. I've updated it right here. So that really got me down like 21% for the week, right? And as of the time of this trade, I was down to about 1,385, right? So I had already lost almost $400 for the week, right? Which is totally ridiculous. So now I was down by minus $736. That's what I'm supposed to make in percentage. I was down by 45, added to the fact that I have to make 20, then I'm down 21, right? So I was down like minus 41. And and it was all recorded, right? I had no reasons to enter this trade. I was targeting 1:2.9, 1:3, thereabout. And I ended up losing this trade, and it happens. And one more trade I took for the week so that we can now run up this week and you guys can see how much I ended up closing on the second week. And mind you, I was still at least 14 weeks ahead of my week, right? So that's it. So let's see how it goes, and let's see uh my last trade. Thank you. This was the last trade I closed for the week. Um I closed this trade on loss, which is not supposed to be, but as of this point, what was going on in my mental state was just me wanting to make the money back before the market closed, right? And I entered somewhere around this spot right here, which was a very good entry for me, you know and I did actually close this trade manually, right? If I'd left this trade initially, sorry, my stop loss was somewhere around this point right here, right? And I closed this trade right at this point, right here, as you can see, right? So I was actually shooting for about 1:5 to this level. And if I'd actually left the trade, I would have been one pips shy away from it, the stop loss, and I would have been back in profit. But then I was like, you know what? I've gotten in 3 trades back to back with me trying to, chase money, make money back, and all of that. I realized I was out of my flow, and I closed this trade manually, to be honest. And it was a very big lesson to me. Anybody that knows me know I talk about psychology and how it can spiral into a thing. And I wouldn't do this on my normal account, okay? I think it was just my ego in place that no, there's no way, I made a lot of money last week. There's no way I'm not, I'm gonna, uh, I made a lot of money last week, and there's no way, I'm gonna close on loss this week. That was just my ego talking, right? And I fell for that trap. So I ended up closing this trade on minus 70%. My account currently sits on 1,152 dollars, and let me show you guys my M4. So yeah, you can see I lost $616. Let's see what it looks like on the sheet so that you can see 616, and that means total of this week I closed, I'm supposed to make 20%. I closed at minus 34%. So let us look how many percent of negative, minus 54.85. So I set a high standard for myself to make 20, then I lost 34. I'm down. So let us look at where I'm at right now. Yes, second week, I've hit my second week target, yes, because of the first week performance. But right now I'm on 1,152. So I've been relegated back to this level, right? So I'm no more on the week 18 top stuff anymore. So let's see what we're gonna do this new week. And when I look back in hindsight, just one day took me from 1,800 down to 1,100. It shows you how crazy the market is if you do not show respect for money, and all you're trying to do is just to chase profit and chase profit. Okay, so this has been my performance this week. Was an awful performance. I was down minus 34%, with the 20% I was supposed to make minus 54% down. Overall, in the grand scheme of things, I'm still up for the second week, which is good. But let's see how that plays out in subsequent trades. I'm currently on a trade for this new week. When I close that trade for the next week, which I swing over, for when the market close that trade next week, I'm going to definitely review it and show you guys. So peace.
So thank you guys so much for watching. The second episode has a lot to teach you, especially the psychological part of trading. And if there's anything that you need to learn from this, is the number one, after a good week, always be very cautious not to make loss the next week. Secondly, you're going to realize that we took 8 trades, right? And the first week, we only took 4 trades to make that much profit, right? The second week, we took 8 trades. That means that over trading doesn't means profitability, right? Literally, we over traded and it took us back to 1,152, right? We lost 34%, which was about 616 US dollars, right? So we did not have to lose that, okay? So I want you to know that after a big win, don't just look out after a big loss. Don't just look out after a small loss. Also be very extra cautious after you win big, because that could be a precursor for recklessness in your trading, okay? And if you have anyone perhaps who you've seen experience this, share this video to them, like it, let the algorithm take it to as many traders as much so that they can watch and they can see the reality of trading. And if you have yourself still struggling with trading, please hold yourself accountable. You can't blame it on the capital, because that's the point of this video. You can't blame it on your lack of funding, okay? You can only blame it on your lack of skill, right? Your inability to master the skill, okay? So you can enroll at the link in the description to our academy to see our top-notch videos on the technical side of things, the psychological side of things, and how you can come back from loss. Because the next episode, we actually did have a comeback, right? And we were able to even make more to a new high on the episode 3. We actually hit a new record high, on the journey. And I'm so glad that you guys have made it this far. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the 3rd episode. Thank you guys so much. And God bless you.